Chloe was 19 years old. She lived with her parents in a city called Fallfield in England. She was a very attractive woman and all the guys in her office wanted to ask her out. Chloe was a secretary for a local computer company. She had worked there for just over 6 months. She was enjoying the job and not least of all the attention she was getting off the male contingent of staff. Chloe did have strong feelings for one of the male staff, but he was virtually the only one that had not asked her out. No matter how much she had fluttered her long black eyelashes and tried to make conversation with him, he seemed to be uninterested. The man in question, Mark, had in fact wanted to ask Chloe out but had always been too nervous. He was by no means an ugly man but considered himself to be inferior to other potential suitors in the office. Many times Mark had sat at his desk pondering whether to ask Chloe to go with him for a drink. The few times she had spoken to him he had been overcome that he couldn't speak. The office Christmas party was just around the corner. This year they were going to have it in a function room in the pub just down the road, the Dog and Duck. The whole office was looking forward to the big night. It promised to be very entertaining with a DJ and a spot of karaoke. Every year they all bought their tickets with all the proceeds going to a local children's charity. The date was set for December 18th and little did Chloe and Mark know it was going to change their lives forever. The day of the party was a Friday. The boss of their office had allowed them all to leave half day so as they could get ready for the night out. Chloe finished what she was doing and closed down her computer. She gathered her belongings together, bade everybody goodbye before leaving the office. She walked out and hailed a taxi. Chloe had a bit of shopping to do before she went home to get ready. Chloe raced around the shops getting those few presents that she needed to complete her shopping for this year. She stopped off at the Starbucks for a quick coffee before getting another taxi home. "Mum, Dad, I'm home," Chloe called as she opened the front door. She dumped her bag in the hall and went to the kitchen. The house seemed empty. Chloe clicked the kettle on and got out her favorite mug. She opened a sachet of hot chocolate and emptied it in. She kicked off her shoes and poured the boiling water into the cup, stirring the thick contents. Chloe went through to the living room and clicked on the TV, sinking into the huge armchair. The house was silent, so she presumed that she was alone. She turned onto the news and began to watch, all the while thinking of what that night was going to be like. Chloe had made her mind up to make her move that night and try to speak with Mark. She began to mentally undress him as she had done so many times before. Chloe still had her eyes closed when she heard somebody moving around upstairs. She quickly dismissed it as the cat. Her dad walked into the living room. "Hi, honey. You are home early, sweetheart." Chloe was blushing almost crimson as she kissed her father hello. "Tonight is the party, Dad, which is why I am home early." "Oh yes, I remember. Well, have fun, sweetheart. I'm just off to the bookies." "I will, Dad, thanks." With that, Chloe's dad left the room and she went back to her hot chocolate, hearing the front door close a few minutes later. Chloe finished her chocolate and then took her bags upstairs. She had gotten her outfit for the party ready the night before. Chloe went into the bathroom and began to run herself a nice warm bath. She went back into her room and stripped down to her bra and knickers. She picked up her dressing gown and put it on. Chloe returned to the bathroom and turned off the taps. The smell of the bubble bath she had put in relaxed even before she got in. Chloe looked herself up and down in the mirror. She felt each of her breasts, assessing them with equal scrutiny. She was satisfied that they were okay and that she was happy with them. Next came the waistline. She breathed in deeply and surveyed herself before letting her breath out slowly. She decided that she could stand to lose a few pounds and made a mental note to join the gym in the new year. Chloe, finally happy with her inspection, put one foot into the hot bath. The water seemed to relax her at first touch. She gently slid in the other foot and lowered herself into the water. Chloe took a deep breath and moaned softly as she lay back in the bath, allowing the aroma of the bubbles to enter each nostril. Chloe slowly slid her head under the water and then back above the surface, pushing her hair out of her face and closing her eyes. With her mind once again on Mark, she began to see the pictures in her head again. Chloe began to rub herself just as she had done a few minutes ago. She was enjoying the sensation when the phone rang. She considered not answering it but then decided that she would. Chloe jumped out of the bath and put on her dressing gown before running to her room and answering the telephone.